Hello everyone and welcome to have Gaston's luscious thick black hair like he has on his forehead because my hairline is not receding and it's not as great as his. So we're gonna put on a wig later. And of course I'm not naked while filming this video. I do have a cover up. I feel like I always need to say this just to make sure. And making sure that wig cap is in place. Next, we are going to put on some face prosthetics. These are foam prosthetics of a nose and a chin. This was literally the only large chin prosthetic I could find. But first, I'm going to use some Top Guard to make my prosthetics come off a little bit easier in the removal process later. First, we're going to apply the nose on, make sure it fits our face, and then I'm going to get some Prozade with a Q-tip. Put that a little bit over the area of where our prosthetic nose is going to lay on our face, and then put some Prozade on the actual prosthetic appliance piece. Just put 2 and 2 together and make sure your edges are good. You may have to add some Prozade in certain places even more. And then we're going to do the same steps on our chin prosthetic. I feel like chin prosthetics are a little bit easier, although my face is so round it's hard for me to find chin prosthetics that look okay and natural on my face. And plus, this is a Joker chin, which is the only super large cleft chin prosthetic I could find that would look similar to Gaston, so it has a large bottom lip. But Gaston also had a large bottom lip. We will see how this turns out. Once your appliances are laid, I am going to get a red stipple sponge with some liquid latex. You could use either clear liquid latex or a skin color latex. I find that clear is easier to see the edges and where you're stippling at. I cut my stipple sponges into triangles because using the smaller edge, I like to do that first to originally apply the liquid latex and then using the larger edge to blend it out and stipple it more later. You know, blend it into the skin. You don't want it to look like we just put a giant fake nose on. And then you want to use a hair dryer. It's an easier process to make it dry quicker. And you want to use some translucent powder on the appliance to make it less tacky and to see your edges better. Now that's more tacky so that you could layer other paints on it after you set it. And this is one of the best makeup products you can use for foam prosthetics. You want to apply this PAX not only on the prosthetic appliances, but you want it to go a little further than the actual appliance is on your face, so that when we put other foundation on our actual skin, it won't blend into on top of the actual foam, because regular foundations could deteriorate foam prosthetics. I know I just painted the appliances on my nose and chin, but before I move on to the rest of the makeup on my face, I just got some brown eyeliner and did the outline of Gaston's shirt that we're going to body paint on later. The regular drugstore foundation I'm going to use today is my all-time favorite, the CoverGirl 3-in-1 Outlast Stay Fabulous foundation. It matches this PAX paint almost perfectly in color. You really want to make sure your PAX paint and whatever foundation you're going to use matches perfectly together. I wouldn't put PAX paint all over your bare skin because it does have Prozade in it, so it's very more difficult to take off than actual regular foundation. That's why I'm using 2 different makeups. While you're laying on this foundation, you really want to cake it on, girl, because depending on the coverage of your foundation, this is a medium to full coverage foundation. So it starts off medium. I really need to cake it on to make sure it's very opaque next to that PAX paint, because the PAX paint is so full coverage and I don't want it to look blotchy next to the PAX paint. I'm using my Expert Face Brush by Real Techniques because it's my all-time favorite foundation brush. You want to bring that foundation down onto your neck and right above that V angle of the outline of Gaston's shirt that we drew on with the eyeliner before. You need it to go smoothly blend in from neck to chin to chest. And I'm going to conceal his under eyes with some Urban Decay Weightless Concealer because he's a jerk and he's handsome, but he doesn't have under eye bags like I do. Powdering down that entire face. Now it's time to get this 5 o'clock shadow. But I'm trying to make this as realistic as possible. And if you have a man with that dark of a hair color, of course he's going to have a 5 o'clock shadow quicker than you can believe. Especially in ye old times when they have to shave their whole entire face with a single razor blade. Next, I'm coloring in Gaston's lips. I used a cream blush color. After them lips, we're going to move on to my favorite part, drawing on Gaston's eyebrows. I'm getting a very thin eyeliner brush with a black cream paint and just start drawing on some eyebrow hairs. You want to do these in brush-like motions to make them look like realistic hairs. You want these eyebrows thick, but not touch all the way together, that are arched. They're shaped. It's like he's had them well manicured. And they look like they could almost form into unibrow, but they quite don't meet there. Like maybe he shaves it down the middle because it's Gaston. And he cares about his good looks, we all know that. Once you're done with those eyebrows, I'm giving him some crow's feet with the contour color. And I'm gonna give Gaston some chest hair, stippling on some hair color paints there with a black stipple sponge. And once we're done painting most of our facial features, I'm gonna contour my neck. Yes, because men have this thing called Adam's apple that most women don't have. I am also gonna put a little bit of mascara on because you know when girls say, guys, eyelashes are so much more prettier than mine. That happens a lot in my life. I don't know about yours, but that's why I'm giving him some mascaraed eyes. I'm gonna get some aqua paint in yellow and start painting on Gaston's collar of a shirt that we outlined before with the brown eyeliner pencil. You could paint a little bit over the brown eyeliner, it's just there as a guide and we could shade in areas later. You want a golden yellow color that looks almost like the yellow brick road from The Wizard of Oz. And then I'm gonna get some orange aqua paint. Gaston's shirt is red somewhat in some lighting, but it's definitely a deep dark orange, and it makes it look a little bit more cartoony, but at the same time it outlines it so people's eyes will be drawn to it, and at the same time they'll be like, did you just paint that on or is that real? They won't know the difference. It might look like a real piece of clothing if you do it correctly. And now it is time to put on that wig, girl. I just got a regular female's pitch black wig from Amazon and I cut in some receding hairlines myself, did a little touch of my own little creation, and I also got some bobby pins to create that Jersey Shore poof that Gaston is famous for having. That reminds me of the girls from that TV show, Jersey Shore. He would fit in that show perfectly. And I'm going to use a little Prozade to glue on the wig in the front a little bit near his receding hairline so it won't go anywhere. You want to style Gaston's hair as a cute little low ponytail. And some more neutral brown cream paints from my Poise multitasking creams. Giving Gaston some more contour because his cheekbones just need to rise to the heavens. And with that, you're completely done with your Gaston from Beauty and the Beast makeup transformation. I feel like if Gaston was alive in real life, this is what he would kind of look like. Chest hair, bare and all. That's why I felt like he needed a 5 o'clock shadow if he has that much chest hair. Those blue eyes with those brows, girl, are so to die for. You could be done here, but you could stick around for a more creepier twist. I'm gonna get a makeup remover wipe and remove the makeup on my right eye. Whatever eye is near your dominant painting hand, I chose my right, which is on your left, because we are going to need to make an eye patch. I'm making an eye patch out of a piece of a bald cap and just cutting in a hole so I can see out of this eye patch. While I'm doing life, it will not gouge my eye out, or if I accidentally hit my hand with it, I won't go blind in real life. I painted it myself. It took a very long time. I literally made it on the corners of my eye. Then you want to get some of that real drippy blood and drip not only from your eye, but also maybe from the corner of your mouth a little bit. Yeah, some coming out of your nose. And I even took that Q-tip and did a hole, like a stab mark in his chest, because I felt like it just needed something else. And then I got some black cream paint to put on my eyelid inside of that eye patch wounded eye area, so that when we close our eye after wounding ourselves, it will be completely pitch black and gross, like a hollow eye that just got knocked out by an arrow. Leave me a comment down below on what is your favorite Disney villain. I'll see you guys in the next video. Love you all. Bye!